So let's talk about course details, guys. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. And we have TOEFL too, but TOEFL is not really popular these days, actually, I think around the world. So, IELTS has 4 subtests: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So listening. Actually, test formats are really complicated, but it doesn't mean that it's difficult. Let's look at the IELTS test formats together. So listening. Actually, listening takes 30 minutes to do the test, and there are 40 questions, and you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. It means like you have a booklet, test booklet, and an answer sheet, separately. And there are separate times for each task. And in IELTS listening, you'll hear once, and you have to do the test while listening, and you will not have the second chance like in SUFFER test to listen one more time, like second time. It means like you have to listen once and you have to do the test at once, and after that, when the test finishes, you can transfer your answers to an answer sheet. This is listening. So if we talk about reading, most students find reading difficult. Actually, reading is not difficult if you read for pleasure, not to do the test and not to get more scores or higher scores, right? So, because reading is really interesting if you look at that, because reading is taken, the passages actually, from the scientific journals and from the scientific articles, and they're really interesting. And if we talk about reading actually takes 1 hour, and there are 3 passages to do, but we will not have extra time to transfer our answers to an answer sheet. So you have to do the test, and you have to manage the, copying your answers to an answer sheet. You will not have 10 minutes extra to copy. There are 3 passages consisting of 600 to 700 words, and 13 questions for each passage. So the questions are 40 questions actually, and you'll have 1 hour to do the test. It means like 20 minutes for each passage. And the questions are so professionally formatted. Okay, now we're talking about academic IELTS, because for students or everybody nowadays, IELTS academic format is so popular. All right, if we talk about writing can be difficult, more difficult than other types of tests, because in writing you have to know academic language and you have to think differently. In writing test, we have 2 tasks. Task 1 is fully academic test, and you will have 20 minutes to do the test actually. The time is given generally for writing task, but you have to manage time yourself. Actually, around 20 minutes is gone for first task 1, and there can be a diagram, map, or a pie chart, to be described with data information in this charts, diagrams. And task 2 takes around 40 minutes, and there is a question, and this is an essay, a discursive essay, and the time is 40 minutes. You have to write 200 words. Yes, at least 200 words. And it's gonna be an opinion essay, agree or disagree essays, or problem and solution essays too. So for task 1, to remind you, 150 words is enough. So after that, speaking is taken in another day actually, and speaking takes from 14 minutes to 15 minutes, and there are 3 parts.
3 parts in speaking.
And it's a kind of two-way discussion. You go to speaking, for speaking you go to the center, or you can just take CD Ielts, like computer-based Ielts too. Speaking in part 1.
Part 1 speaking.
There are general questions about yourself, like what do you do? Do you work or study? Or your interests, or your family. Actually, personal questions. About you. And actually, it takes 3 to 4 minutes. And part 2 is a cue card part, let's say, because you are given a cue card with a question and clues under the questions, and you have to describe some events, some places, people, things, maybe like books last time you read, right? So these kind of questions and clues. For example, talk about a party you were in last time. Where was it? Who were there? The clues are like this: where was it? Who were there? And why did you go there? And what did you like and what didn't you like? Maybe why? Something like these questions and clues like that. And you'll have 1 minute to get ready for the questions and clues, and 2 minutes to talk about these topics, like on these topics. And third part is a two-way discussion. Actually, this is a discussing part. The questions are with why, and you have to give the reasons, and the examiner is going to see that you are a critical thinker, that you can think critically and show your opinions freely. Actually, IELTS speaking is gonna see your communicative skills. Yes, you have to be free, and you have to feel
be yourself.
Do not try to pretend. These are just about IELTS course. Let's go to the next video to talk about it in detail.
IELTS Corner by Guli.